Welcome to Creative Tien channel. Today I'm going to show you a simple knitted button and a buttonhole. And this is based on the bubble stitch and a simple one row buttonhole. So you can make a band of buttons and buttonholes after you finish the garment. In my sample here, I have double layered. That means after I make the button, I add one row of the purl stitch and then continue my stockinette stitch, the same row count as the other side, and this is the band of the buttons. And the buttonhole is the same. I knit from this side up and then make my one row buttonhole and continue a few rows and make a one row of purl stitch and continue the other side. And when we do the second buttonhole, we just pick up one stitch at the beginning and one stitch at the end of the other side. That's how I make the buttonhole band, so it's connected. First, let's do the bubble stitch. I will start with a few rows of plain stockinette stitches. And you can decide how far apart you want the buttons to be. For my sample, I'm just going to cast on 12 stitches and make the bubble stitch in the middle around the 6 stitches. For the plain stockinette stitch, it's the knit in the front and the purl in the back. So the first row will be knit and the third row will be knit again. This is the front side, and then I'm going to knit the fourth row. That's the back side. Back side is a purl, and I will end in the back side because I want to make the bubble stitch from the front. So that's my fourth row, and turn. And we'll start the bubble stitch. I'm going to knit the first 6 stitches. And we'll start the bubble. And for the bubble stitch, I'm going to do the 5 stitch bubble. We are going to knit into the same stitch several times. So first we do a knit, and then we knit to the back. We still leave the stitch on without taking it off the needle. We knit to the back. Now we create 2 more stitches, and then we do it one more time. Knit from, leave this stitch on, knit back. So we have 4 stitches added. And then we knit the last stitch, just regular knit to finish off this stitch. Now we have 5 stitches here, and then we can turn it to the back, place the yarn to the back. And now we are going to do a few rows of the stockinette stitch. So we will purl this row. That's 5 stitches, and turn over, knit this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn over, purl again. And then turn around. We're going to finish up, and first we'll start with knit 2 together. This is the front side. First knit 2 together, and then slip the next 2 stitches together. I do it purlwise, and then knit 1. That's the last one. And then pass the last 2 stitches over. So we pick up the last 2 stitches that we slipped and go over the last stitch like that, and then pass the last stitch over one more time, but only 1 stitch. Now we finish our button. That's the bubble stitch, and we'll continue the rest of the stitches. That's our button or the bubble stitch. So you can see it's actually the 7th stitch here. I have 6 stitches, 7, and then 5 stitches. So if you want it even, you make sure you have equal stitches on each side, and the bubble stitch takes 1 stitch. So let's continue the back side, purl. And the front side will do the knit stitch. And then the back side again. So that's 3 rows. And then you can start the purl stitch like that on the front side, so it creates a ridge. Here I'm going to do the purl. So we create a ridge, and then we'll need 3 more rows here, and then there's 1 row of the bottom row, and then 4 more rows. So totally we'll need 8 rows in the back from now on. So the first row in the back, it will be the purl. And then turn front side, so we'll do the knit. So this will be the second row. And then we'll turn to the back again, and the purl, that will be the third row. And we'll continue until we have 8 rows. So you'll match the front side. And that's how we make the bubble stitch for the button band. And after 8 rows, I just bind off. So that's the finished one. We just fold it in half. That's our button band. So this purl stitch creates a nice edge. Now we're going to do the buttonholes. And we'll start the same way, cast on the same stitch number. I have 12, and then knit 4 rows. And we'll start the buttonhole knitting. Now I finished the 4 rows ending in the back. So the next row will be knit. I'm going to do the 3 stitch bind off. You can decide how many stitches to bind off. If you bind off more stitches, the buttonhole will be bigger. For this bubble stitch, I think 3 stitch bind off should be enough. So I'll do the 3 stitch bind off. I will need the first 5 stitch, bind off these 3, and then I have 4 here. So let me start with the first 5 stitches. And now we're going to do the buttonhole For the first stitch, I'm going to reinforce it. So place the yarn to the front and slip the stitch over to the right and place it to the back. And now we can start binding off. To bind off, I will move the left stitch to the right needle and just slip the stitch over. That's the stitch we just reinforced. That's one stitch bound off, and we do it again. Move the stitch to the right. That's the second stitch, and one more. Move the left stitch to the right and pick up the last stitch and go over it. Now we have 3 stitch bound off, and we're going to place the last stitch on the right to the left needle, and we turn the work. I'm going to start casting on. I will have the working yarn to the back and start the cable cast on. It will be between the first 2 stitches. So insert a needle between those 2 stitches and grab the yarn, pull it out, and place it back to the left needle. So we cast down the first stitch, and since we bind off 3 stitches, we want to have 4 stitches cast on. We want to add 1 more stitch for reinforcement later. So second stitch, third stitch, and then fourth stitch, make sure it's not too loose or too tight. So we have 4 stitches now, and we can turn over. Now we want to connect the 4th stitch with the first stitch on the other needle. So place the yarn to the back, and then we want to finish up the buttonhole. So we slide the left stitch to the right needle and just pick up the last stitch. That's the extra stitch we cast on, and then pass it over. Now we are back to the 3 stitches for the buttonhole, and we'll just keep knitting. And we'll need 3 more rows. The back side is the purl stitch. And then front side is the knit stitch. And we turn to the back again. That's a purl stitch. Now we are back to the front side. Now we are going to create a ridge. So we'll need a row of purl instead of knit. So purl stitches. I will knit 3 rows first, and then we'll have to do the buttonhole again. And then when we do the second buttonhole, we will pick up the first and last stitches so it attaches. Now we will do the back side. The first row is purl because it's the back side. Now we are ready to do the buttonhole again. I will repeat the same thing. Knit 5 stitches and place the yarn to the front. Pass the stitch to the right side and rub the yarn. And we'll start our bind off. So pass the yarn to the right needle. First bind off. Pass the yarn. Second stitch. third, and then place the yarn to the left needle and turn. And then we'll start doing the cable cast on. Place the yarn to the back in between stitches. First stitch, second, third, fourth stitch. Now we turn back to the front. I have yarn in the back. The first stitch from left needle to the right, and then pass the last stitch over. That's our buttonhole. And we'll continue knit. For the next row, I'm going to pick up stitch at the beginning and end of the previous buttonhole. So this is the purl row. So we start purling until we reach the buttonhole. Here's the buttonhole. So we'll pick up the stitch before the buttonhole, place it to the needle, and purl together with the next stitch. And then we continue. And then we will pick up a stitch on the other side of the previous buttonhole. Place to the left needle and purl two together. And the purpose is just to connect the front and back piece so it's not separate. And we just continue purling. Now we connect the front and back piece of buttonhole. And we'll continue 3 more rows and bind off. So now we have both sides, the button and buttonhole. That's how we put it together. Like that. This way we don't have to use any buttons. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.